Hello, future audience. My name is Cole McAllister from what is currently called the McAllister's Podcast. However, I'm speaking to you in the future from when we're recording this, which is a year from now. So things might be different. I might have a new name. I might not be here. Who knows? I wanted to do a little bonus episode today. Talking about, what am I even talking about? Just talking to the future. I got this idea, I'm not going to lie. I got this idea from Mr. Beast. I quote Picasso, good artist copy, great artist steal. So I kind of decided to take it upon myself. It would be interesting to just kind of just record some of these future episodes and just post them, years from now and see how they age. See what I'm like, see what the world is like, and kind of just give myself an opportunity to reflect. Give you all an opportunity to reflect. So that's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing here on this bonus episode. Where we are, I kind of just, I don't really know how to do this because I don't want to just record all these one after another, because then you're just going to be like, okay, well, we were dealing with Russia, Ukraine, and we were dealing with this or whatever. So I might kind of just record these over the next few months. But where we are today, currently, collectively, Joe Biden is still our president. Kim Reynolds is still our governor. I just recorded an episode talking about how fucking much I can't stand that woman. By the time this episode comes out, probably both those people will still be in office, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, as anyone can reflect on this time, I think it's just been kind of a steady slope downward since 2016. And collectively, we're kind of in a weird place though, right? Because collectively, it feels like it's bad. It feels bad. You see all these articles and, it might be your first impulse to, for things to seem bad. But I've been reading this book lately, trying to read. My reading's kind of taking an L lately, but I'm trying to get into it again. A book I've been recently reading called The White Pill by Michael Malice. And although I haven't finished it, the book is basically an extensive history on the rise and fall of the Soviet Union. And basically the main premise of the book, which he doesn't get into until the very end, supposedly, is basically that there are these evil, malicious things that government does or whoever does, but that there is an end in sight. And I think when you see the corporate press mentioning national divorce, or, you see these government things kind of fall apart. You see that we have a president who can barely, function. Who I think they just found out, or I didn't actually research this, so this could be hearsay, but that he may even have cancer in his brain, or things like that. When you see these narratives crumble, but you also see nobody's losing their job over the president not being there, right? Nothing's really changing. Look at the vax stuff, right? The population decided, hey, we've had enough of these mandates, and you eventually just saw these laws all kind of fizzle out. And so, that is kind of a sign of hope. A sign of hope for the future. So, locally in the community, that's kind of a weird thing, right? It's in the community, things are great. The music scene's constantly growing. The film scene is constantly growing. The podcast scene is constantly growing, especially in Cedar Rapids. The LAS network just changed their name for the fourth time to Upload Media Group, which I get. They kind of had, Confused Breakfast had Bert Kreischer on their podcast, which is a huge move. Oh my God, I got to talk about that, right? I mentioned that briefly in the podcast, but yeah, I mean, shout out to the Confused Breakfast podcast for King Bert Kreischer. I hope by the time this episode comes out a year from now that they're doing even more with Bert. They just had Bert on one of their episodes, which is fucking fantastic. I mean, that's gonna triple their views and revenue, right? And I've been talking to Mike Schulte a little bit. I kind of hit him up every couple months to just see where he's at, about him coming through, me coming through. And I hope he doesn't get too big before I get a chance to talk to him. Or talk to all of them, Mike and those guys. So huge shout out to them. Huge shout out to Upload Media Group. A lot of those guys are doing great things. Brian Lee from GXP Podcast, he's producing like 6 different podcasts right now. I've had him on the show. He's fucking killing it. So I hope that continues. I would really hate this came out and neither of those things like neither of those things were like even around. Maybe this won't even maybe none of us will be around. Maybe this video won't even fucking upload because we'll get nuked. Who knows? No, but there are a lot of things growing and happening. Rare Doozy just dropped a new fucking album. He's gonna kill it. I really hope a year from this that he's fucking making it places. I hope Lolo Savage in the Hip Hop Showcase. I hope that grows. I hope Starbucks grows. I hope Gorilla Graphics grows. I hope Cranial Nerve Records grows. I hope everybody grows a year from now. And I really do think they will. I think this summer is going to be a very memorable summer. I mean, 2022 was kind of pretty out of the COVID type of stuff, but I mean, that's not even relevant, right? We have so much growing talent here, and I think people are really starting to take notice of it. I think you are seeing a lot of these Iowa artists gain outreach outside of Iowa, which is kind of off-brand in a way, but also it's just a testament to how successful those people really are and how capable of success they really are. So I think that's fucking awesome. So yeah, I mean, I right now things are good. I think things are really good. Despite the authoritarianism from Kim Reynolds, things are pretty affordable here, and hopefully that stays the case. Where I'm at personally, so I at this point right now I'm about, I think, 118 days sober from masturbating. I'm about 65 days sober from alcohol. I am 1,051 or 52 days from cigarettes. You know what's funny? I actually had a dream last night where I had a cigarette. My dream last night, I was just straight chain smoking. I bought a pack again, and I was just like kicking back. And I kind of like, every time I have one of those dreams where I break, I wake up thinking that I broke, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like, oh wait, no. It's just a dream. It was just a really vivid dream. And yeah, so right now it's kind of, I'm at a weird place right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in between the phase where I'm finishing up school and going into a career. I have no fucking idea what I'm gonna do. I have no fucking idea. Zero. Zip. Nil. I think I'm gonna pursue freelance hard. I think I'm just gonna go hard in the paint with freelance the first couple months. And if that doesn't pan out, maybe I'll go get the fucking corporate job. I don't know. I really don't want to do that. It's like, really, really don't want to get the corporate job, but it might happen. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and me and Molly's still going strong. God, I thought I kind of was wondering if I should even mention her. I mean, I love her, and I like, this is gonna work out, but like, what if it doesn't, right? What if it doesn't? What if it doesn't work out and I'm just talking about my girlfriend 50 years later? No, I'm kidding. Molly, I love you. I love you. Molly, even if we're not dating by the time this video comes out, I still love and care about you and have all the respect for you. And I think we will. I think we're going to get married. I think we're going to have, maybe have babies. I don't know. We're on the fence on that one. But we're for sure we'll have a dog family. And I think that's all gonna happen. I'm certain, in fact. But I'm always someone who is thinking about the what if. So like every time all the time. With like anything going on, I'm always like, what if this happens? Where do I think we'll be at in the future? 1 year from now, where do I think we'll be at? I think we'll be in a similar place. I think we're gonna be, at that point, the election's gonna be ramping up. So 2024 is probably gonna be a really shitty year because every election year is a shitty year. So I have a bad feeling that things are gonna be worse. By that point, we'll have Republican and Democratic candidates. I don't know. If in the running, because at this point they would have announced who's running, right? If I were to make a guesstimation right now, a year from when this video comes out, Trump, and that's the problem. There's no Democrat candidate, right? At this point, there's no serious one. It's so hard to tell if they're going to run Biden. I don't think they're going to run him, though. I don't think they're going to run Biden. I think they're going to run either Kamala or Pete Buttigieg. Those are my two guesses. Kamala or Pete Buttigieg. And here's the thing: if Pete Buttigieg takes the election or takes the candidacy, the Democratic candidacy, he's going to win. He's going to win in a landslide. Because here's the problem with the Republican Party, right? Is they're divided. They're divided between the Trump, free state types and the neocon types, right? We saw that in the midterm elections. And I think we're going to see that for a very long time. A divide in the Republican Party. Now, if people in the Republican Party on the Trump side were fucking smart, they would be able to get over the fact that their president sucks and maybe take the Libertarian Party on and maybe see what we have to offer and our values and such. It might align with them more than they think. But it's probably not going to happen. So yeah, that's my prediction. I know at the point this comes out, we won't have a new president, but we'll be in the thick of it. But yeah, I think it's going to be Trump and Buttigieg. I'll make that my guess. I'm going to make that my official guess. Pete Buttigieg and Donald Trump. And the only reason I say those two is because they are the only two people that visit East Palestine. But who knows? I mean, by this point, right? By this point, a year from now, it's not even going to fucking matter. It's not even going to matter what happened in East Palestine because that would have been too long ago. Because we're in this constant loop, this cycle of, we forget about things too easily. There's this big story that breaks, and then 3 years later, another big story breaks, and another big story. By the time you know it, 4 stories ago, you don't even remember what the fuck happened. So that's the state of the world a year from now, I think. We'll see. Guys, the Cow Stars podcast. Hopefully we're still doing regular episodes. Maybe we're doing more a week than we were. My future for the show. Here, let me do this. Where the show's going to be from in 1 year. Here's my guesstimation. We're going to have a new studio. We're going to be doing episodes 3 times a week. We're going to have a whole other different podcast that we do something completely different with. Maybe with a co-star, or can't talk. Co-hosts. Wow. Okay, I should just end this podcast. No. So new studio. New co-hosts. More episodes a week, and twice the subscribers. At least twice the subscribers, if not more. My goal is to be monetized. If this channel is monetizable in the next year, I will be extraordinarily happy. I will be the happiest. I'll do a follow-up to this episode and be like, yo, this is how happy I am, bruh. Hey, it was a quick little 15-minute episode. That's kind of what I was going for anyways. All right. To the future. Peace. Hope you're well.